Welcome to BRRRR the Beer, where we'll be discussing part of the BRRRR strategy. Hi, I'm CJ Collier with WNN Properties. Today we are at 1938 Indochine. Beautiful, brand new Vietnamese restaurant, high-end Vietnamese food. Please come and check it out. We'll be sharing today on a topic called Greatest Fears. And my guest speaker today is Jin Lim. Jin is a friend of mine who's been active in real estate investing for the past couple years. And he recently completed his first BRRRR. So Jin, what was one of your greatest fears?
So my biggest fear was, so right now, right? Yeah, you already said I was in real estate investing before, but doing a BRRRR, right, especially out of state, it's the same thing, but not at the same time. You know what I mean? Because the main factor was just being out of state. So my biggest fear was not knowing what I didn't know. So, through all of my experience in the past, one of the biggest things that, people drill into you is just partner with someone that's more experienced than you, and you can just soak up all that knowledge, right? And so I don't know what it was. Like, I just remember hitting you up one day when I was back in Virginia, and I was like, CJ, I'm thinking about, buying some rentals, blah, 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 but I don't know this, that, this, and you're like, why don't we just do it together? I was like, duh, like, why not? Why wouldn't I, right? So, that's how we got started, right? Because now I didn't have to deal with like, okay, is this realtor for real? Is this contractor for real? All of that due diligence was done by you, and not just like yesterday, like the past 6 years, right? So it just made sense. Like, why not just partner someone who has been in this market, who's familiar with the market, and I just bring the money, you know what I mean? All I need to do was bring the money, and that was that. It was probably the easiest real estate transaction that I've ever done, honestly.
So was it as fearful as you thought it was going to be?
No, so as soon as you offered up to partner up, it was just like, okay, this is a no-brainer. This is, here CJ, here's the money. Let's go. That was it. It really was that simple. So that pretty much alleviated all of my fears.
So moving forward, do you foresee any of those fears popping up on your next deal?
No, honestly, as soon as we partnered up, like, I call you or text you with questions, and you just be like, ooh, yeah, this is nothing. Like, you already know how to get over this what I think is a roadblock, but to you it's like a pebble you just kick out of the way, So, I don't think I'll ever run into anything, right? So even in our first BRRRR, we ran into some issues, right? But we got over it. Like, to me, if I was by myself, I feel like I would have been devastated. Like, let's be real. We had a fire, okay, at my property, and when you texted me, I thought it was a joke. You're like, this is got to be sarcasm. He's lying right now. But yeah, no, you sent me pictures, and the back half was, well, not the half, but like the back part of the property had caught fire. So I was just like, oh my gosh, what do we do now? He's like, don't worry, we got it taken care of, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. That's it then. If it's taken care of, it's taken care of, which is great. So, to a lot of people, it's scary, right? Especially if something like that were to happen and you're all the way in Hawaii now. And when you work with someone who has experience like yourself, I don't have to worry about it. It's already taken care of. So, yeah, I'm like, moving forward, I already know. Even if I have the knowledge and build my team in the future, there's no reason for me to go and even do that. I can just piggyback off of you, honestly, and as long as you'll have me as a partner. But I have no reason to fear anything else in the future.
Nice. So it sounds like experienced team relationship help bridge the gap between your fear and unknown to being able to complete the BRRRR.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
And thinking back at my previous wholesale deal, it was the same thing. It was just through relationship, through networking. As a matter of fact, when I first got the message from that seller, I was in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on a boat, military ship, right? And I was like, I can't handle this. So I just passed it on to one of my partners, and they handled it. But they got it closed by the time I got back, and I just collected my check. Nice. So that's the same thing, just piggybacking off of someone who's more experienced, who knows what to do more so than myself, and the rest of it is just history. Yeah, it's just history. There's nothing more to do.
Well, thank you, Jin, for your valuable insight. Now the beer. So today's beer, we're drinking Chang's beer, a It's a beautiful Asian beer, Thai beer, very subtle, smooth beer. A couple Asian guys drinking some Asian beer. Until next time, tune in to BRRRR and Beer. To the BRRRR.
Cheers.